Hi everyone, this is the first of two videos designed to help you begin the research that you'll need to do for your literature review assignment. As a reminder, for your literature review, you have to determine 3 themes or subtopics related to your research question, and then for each of those 3 themes, you need to find 3 sources. So you're going to be looking for a minimum of about 9 scholarly sources. So what are scholarly sources? They can be books, book chapters, or scholarly journal articles. The most recent research is usually found in the scholarly journals. So, what are scholarly journals? Here on the English 201 guide, on the Journals and Articles tab, we do have a link to kind of a cool tool that comes to us from North Carolina State University, and this is designed to introduce you to scholarly journal articles. What are they? And you can see as you move your mouse around the screen that you can click and get an explanation of the different sections of a scholarly journal article. So for example, if we click on references, you can see that it does give a little definition of how references are included. It also has some animation. You can see the connection between a reference in the text of an article with the entry in the references for the article. So take some time, follow that link, and really explore if you want to learn more about what really makes up a scholarly journal article. Something else that you'll hear is the phrase peer review or refereed. This is another way to describe a scholarly publication. This is a much more specific way to talk about it. What is peer review is that articles that are submitted for publication are examined by an editor and one or more specialists in the area. So the articles are not automatically published. They're reviewed. The research is checked. Sometimes it goes back to the author. They may have to do a little rewriting. So these are some kind of very specific kinds of sources that you're going to be looking for. One tip I have for you, if you do use Google Scholar, and it certainly is a valid source. Google Scholar to me is just another research database that you can use. Be sure to go into the settings for your Google Scholar access. Click on Library Links on the left and then search for Pace University. There should be 2 items that come up. Select those, and then when you're searching Google Scholar and you're looking at your results, you should see links to articles from the Pace library that you can easily access. So it's a little search tip for you. The main places, though, that I would recommend you look for these scholarly journal articles are Pace Library databases. Now, you can, of course, access these from the main library homepage. We've also linked to some here from this page that we've created for the course. So these 5 databases are considered general or interdisciplinary. They have articles in a variety of subject areas, so they might be good starting points for really almost any of you. Sage Journals has all scholarly journals in it. JSTOR also specializes in scholarly journal articles. The other 3 databases provide access to news, magazines, and scholarly journals, and trade publications. So you're going to have to limit your results when you're searching in those to just the scholarly articles. So for example, if we go into Academic Search Premier, I'm going to do a search on the phrase information literacy, which is the big topic in my work. And I'm going to look for innovation in information literacy. Information literacy is the ability to locate, evaluate, and use information effectively. So I run my search. It finds 172 articles. Now remember, this is everything: news, magazines, trade publications, scholarly journals. On the left, you see that I can limit to the 132 academic journal articles that are in my list of results. Also on the left, you can see that I can limit by publication date. So I'm going to limit just 2010 to 2017. I want to see the most recent articles published on this topic. So you can see the recent articles or the articles in my results. Many of them are available in full text, HTML full text, or PDF full text. You can just click on those links, access the full text article. You can email it to yourself. You can print it. You have immediate access. For some other articles in the list, unfortunately, we don't have immediate access, but we do have access through a system we have that's called Search for Item. So the Search for Item system allows you to click and see if we have an article, perhaps not immediately available in a particular database, but perhaps in one of our other databases. So what happens is sometimes the journal publishers, they don't sell their content to all the databases that we have access to. They sell their content to some of them. So for example, this particular article from Computers and Human Behavior, we don't have immediate full text available, but you do see a search for item button. It's also in the list of results. So you can access that from either place. So if I click on the search for item button, what happens is it looks to see, do we have this somewhere else? And in this case, we do. It tells us that this article is available in a database called Science Direct. So if I click that link, it takes me to the article. So we have it. It was just a couple of more clicks away. So I'm going to close that tab, close my search for item tab. Item number 3, we also see the search for item button. In this case, it's a little bit different. This time it's telling me I have to request it using Iliad. So Iliad is our interlibrary loan system. This is a system we have in place where we will get an article for you from another library in the region. So in this case, we don't have this article in any of our databases. Now, the first time you click on an interlibrary loan link, it will ask you to log in with your PACE username and password. So go ahead and do that. If you've never used it before, you'll have to fill out a little registration form. And then it will automatically, after that, when you log in, it just takes you to the request page like this. So all you have to do is scroll down and click Submit Request, and the Interlibrary Loan Librarian will get the article for you. You will receive an email telling you it has arrived, usually as fast as 24 hours, and then follow the link back to Iliad, log on, and on the left, under View Electronically Received Articles, you would see your article here. I don't happen to have any, so that's why my list is empty. Once you do get back into Iliad and open up the PDF file for your article, save it. It only stays here for 30 days, so save it to your computer. If you decide you don't want to keep it, you can just delete the file later. So I'm going to close the Iliad tab and close the Search for Item tab. Now I'm back at my list of results. So again, this was just one example of how to go into a database, limit to academic journals, limit by publication date, and be sure everybody's up to speed on how we can access full text of articles immediately, full text in other databases, and also how you can use interlibrary loan. Of course, journals aren't the only place for you to locate scholarly sources. You can certainly use books or eBooks. On the Books and eBooks tab, we do have a little search widget here to our book catalog. The nice thing about our book catalog is that it tells you what books we have on the shelf. For example, here's a book that we have at the Birnbaum Library on the New York City campus. It says it's available. If you're in New York, you can just go upstairs and get it off the shelf. If you're more local to Pleasantville, you can click on the request link, log in with your name and your library barcode number, and they'll send the book here for you. There are also some really great options here of eBooks. We have a number of eBooks now that you can read online. You can see when you click on the book title, there's no physical location listed, but there's a link that gives you access to the ebook. And in this case, I have to click that I'm affiliated with Pace University, and then it's going to work on showing me the ebook, and you can see here it is. I can click Read Online, and this will show me the book as if I had it in my hand. I would be able to flip through the table of contents, look at the different chapters that are here in the ebook. So I'm going to go back to my list of results in the catalog. So again, the library catalog, the Books and Media tab, tells you what print books we have on the shelf and what ebooks we have access to in the library. Back here on the English 201 research guide, just a reminder, so this is where we started. The Books and eBooks tab is here. The Journals and Articles tab is here. Take a look at that anatomy of a scholarly journal article when you get a chance, and then try the different databases. I think for your literature review, you're doing some pretty heavy-duty research. You're probably going to need to search more than one database. If you want to go beyond just the general interdisciplinary databases, there is a link here to browse PACE library databases by subject. That means you can choose from the subject menu, for example, business, and these databases contain publications specifically in the field of business. So you would probably find additional articles that you did not find in a database such as Academic Search Premier. So ABI Inform is here. That's one of our main business research databases. We have an accounting database. We have an economics database. If you keep looking, you'll see there's a variety of things here. And there are other subjects here as well. So depending what your subject area is, you could select from the list, access some different resources. But again, I think you could all probably start with these 5 interdisciplinary databases and see what you can find on your research question for your literature review. Of course, if you're having any problems, please don't hesitate to contact the library. We're definitely here to help.